Let's move on to the next team. Let's go. You know what? We'll go with the team that you actually
We're talking.
let's just get rid of some mid here. Let's get
Let's
or
get
I
to.
guess
Oh
some lottery
goodness.
bounds.
Let's attack the lottery teams.
All
Let's
right.
attack Charlotte.
Yep, I was picking Charlotte. That was the one I was hovering over. Charlotte Hornets. I mean, we know who they are at this point. You know, they finally got rid of the Michael Jordan regime, who has been picking players horribly for the last, what was it, 10 years, 12 years? He was the manager.
I think 15, somewhere
15.
close, 10, 15.
Yeah, and it just seems to me like this roster never really had a good shot. They picked LaMelo Ball up, which I love LaMelo Ball. You know me and the Ball brothers. We stand them here. At least I do.
Yes, you do.
Yes.
Thank you.
But that doesn't excuse the fact that the players that they surrounded him with are just not good. And this team, to me, and the pickup of this offseason of the rookie that they got, of Brandon Miller, I'm worried that this team is going to be really, really bad. Like, I'm talking maybe top 5 worst NBA seasons in a very long time. Like, that's how scared I am of this team. They have some good pieces. I think there's some good things that the Hornets have. I'm just worried that they're going to be one of the worst teams in NBA history.
I don't disagree with you, Bernie. I think they're atrocious. They're really, really, really bad.
Are they going to be any worse than the Bobcats when they had Adam Morrison and
I don't think
Emeka
that's
Okafor?
possible. I don't think
Okay.
that's possible based on the talent level of NBA players nowadays. However, if you adjust for inflation, like talent inflation, like
Then they basically are.
yeah, if we're talking we're thinking about it like movies and we're comparing like Avatar to Gone with the Wind, I mean, they're kind of like they're the Avatar of current movies, right? Like it's of bad movies, I guess I should say. They're like overinflated talent based on how bad they are. Yeah, they're awful. I think one of the worst coaches in the league, Steve Clifford. All offense intended, my guy, but you're not it. And honestly, I think one of the things that freaks me out the most about this team, it doesn't freak me out. I don't care about Charlotte Hornets. Sorry, any Charlotte Hornets fans out there, your team is an abomination. That being said, the mentality of this team is very, 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 very worrisome. Like, I really think that this is one of those teams where you have like just a black hole of everything bad that could be happening with a bad team is happening with this team. And it's like my head would be 10 feet under the sand if I was a Charlotte fan. Like, did you guys see, I have to bring this up because the old head in me like flared up. Did you guys hear Austin Rivers, the controversy with him this week? All right.
No.
We don't need to go too into it, but then there was the response from Miles Bridges, which I honestly thought was one of the most tone deaf anything I've ever heard, right? Where he's talking like Miles Bridges didn't even play last season, rightfully so. He probably shouldn't play this season, if we're being honest with ourselves. But the fact that they have guys on this team that are like, they treat winning and losing in the NBA like that and literally see the level of failure that they've been living in this whole time, this team, and they still have that mentality is like, damn, dude, these guys are not going to turn it around without some serious injection of something. And, my final thing, I will say this until I'm blue in the face. It might be a thing I say literally for the rest of my life. The fact that this team passed on Scoot Henderson is genuinely, it's I think it's enough reason to just disband the team altogether. Like, everything you needed.
Really?
Everything they needed, Brad, was that guy. They have no culture. They have no player on their team that positively impacts culture and winning. And actual, like, rootable guys, And I think going over Scoot to take Brandon Miller, who honestly, of all the guys in the draft, to me has the biggest bust potential. I just think it's an incredibly worrisome pick, and it just shows that this team hasn't learned from any of their mistakes. So yeah, they're gonna look back on that for years as a mistake.
I mean, as a culture changer, I definitely hear you, but like, how would the fit with LaMelo and Scoot work?
I told this to Bernie a million times. Who cares? You have literally nothing. Like, what does the fit matter when you're so bad? Like, genuinely, trade LaMelo. LaMelo doesn't matter.
Trade LaMelo. Oh,
He's not changing your.
Oh,
He's not
no.
changing your culture. You've
Trade
been just as
LaMelo, that's-
bad.
Do you see what I have
Oh,
to deal
no.
with, Brad? Do
Oh,
you see
that's
what I have
crazy.
to deal with here?
That's no way. Trade LaMelo.
I'm just
LaMelo
saying
is-
you could have got Scoot. I'm telling you guys right now. I don't care how much I get flamed. Scoot is better than LaMelo right now, in my opinion.
Wow.
Goodness gracious. He's an all-star, Pete. Whoa.
I'm just saying. I'm just saying. I think Scoot is better all around as a player. Even if he's not, you guys. If we're just being logical, there is no way LaMelo Ball is on this team in 2 years. He will not stay in Charlotte. So my point is this. Take a guy who's going to change the culture over the next few years, maximize your return on LaMelo Ball, and actually get young, talented players who have a desire to win and grow as a team. Like, you have to focus on building something long-term when you're this bad. So just saying we have a talent in LaMelo, like, it doesn't mean anything. The guy can't stay on the court. He doesn't make the guys around him better, and he doesn't change how they think about winning long term. So you have to focus on like actual development, not just of an individual, but as a whole organization. You have to develop, and they are not doing anything of the sort. So that's my rationale. I know it's a hot take to say Scoot is better than LaMelo right now. I'm on an island. I'm probably in the 1%. I'm not. Hey, I accept it, but I still
Crossover
think
grid,
there's
you're
a.
at 0.1.
I still think there's a lot of rationale to the other parts of what I'm saying. Like, LaMelo is not going to be there in 2 years, so why would you just keep riding it out, hoping he's gonna, re-sign with you? He won't do it. There's no way.
Didn't he just sign that max extension, though? You think he'll just
Does
ask
that?
for a trade?
Yeah, that doesn't matter.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I mean,
I think they're an abomination.
That I think is a pretty valid point. Like, he might just ask for a trade, especially since they've been building pretty poorly around him. But he also brings, I mean, Scoot would have brought people into the seats, but LaMelo brings people into the seats, and he's already built that,
Yeah, he is a fan base. You're not wrong.
Yeah.